Next on the list for today is this. It is a 2010 Honda Civic DX. It has the 1.8 liter. See there on the right hand side. This doesn't tell the engine series, but I would be willing to bet it's maybe a D series, because this is exactly what the D series has looked like for years. Right now I have jumper cables hooked to the front of my edge to be able to recharge the brand new battery that's in it, but she has a starting issue as well as an idle issue. When I went to turn it over, it acted like it wanted to start, but it wouldn't. So my start process here was to check for compression. So as you can see, these two cylinders right here have the adapter off of it. They just unscrewed. Wasn't even tight at all. It has oil leaking down in that cylinder there. So ideally that pressure should be more than the rest of them, and it's not. So this cylinder is 120. This cylinder is 90. This cylinder is 120, and this cylinder is like 87, 88. So my next course of action is going to be take the valve cover off, get it to top dead center, make sure that this valve and this valve, this valve and this valve is working properly. If they are, then the next option is going to be taking the engine out, because this is one cam. It's a single overhead cam engine. Now let's say that maybe if it was a dual overhead cam, you might have some sort of issue between the two cylinders, but 1 and 3 are perfect. They're close to perfect. It should be about 150 psi, and then 2 and 4 are 90 psi roughly, and that's way too much variance between the cylinders. In order to check for compression, I have a compression gauge here. You want to do every single cylinder exactly the same. So you want 3 revolutions to be able to build your pressure. If you get 120 psi on one cylinder in those 3 revolutions and you don't get it on another cylinder, then something's wrong with that cylinder. Either you have a stuck valve, you have bad piston rings, or a hole in the head, or the list could go on and on. So once I'm done diagnosing the Suzuki that's back there, I will intend on taking this valve cover off, which it has a bad oil leak anyway, so it needs to come off. And then I'll see about those lifters and see if the lifters are pushing the valves down, see if the valves are allowed to come back up. I do have a borescope that connects to my phone, but I'll have to search for it. I don't remember exactly where it's at. I haven't used it in quite a while. I don't really like using that borescope. Anyways, follow along with this progress as well as the Suzuki if you want. I'd appreciate it. Thanks.